So since the iPhone 17s were launched, I have been thinking, which one should I actually go for? Because every single iPhone in the lineup this time has a twist. The base iPhone 17 now has pro-level features like the 120Hz Pro motion display. The new center stage camera feature is there thanks to the square sensor. It's coming with a telephoto lens, a blazing fast chipset, all for just $800. Then the Pro and the Pro Max this year comes with really huge upgrades too. New aluminum unibody design, vapor cooling chamber for the first time in an iPhone, and upgraded camera functionalities and all of that. Obviously, huge upgrades. And then there is the Air, the most controversial of them all. There has been so many negative takes about it since it was launched. Everyone is like, this phone is so thin, it will be fragile. The battery is so small, the battery life will be poor. We really don't want a thin phone. There were so many negative takes about it. So for me, it was a no, like it wasn't an option at all. But then after using this phone for 4 days now, we all judged it wrongly. Let me break it down, yeah? Now, what makes the iPhone Air different? Maybe even better, or why should you even buy it? First, is that feeling of holding a thin phone in your hands. That sweet feeling of not sensing any weight when you have this phone in your pocket, or that split seconds moment where you think you are bringing out your ATM card when actually it's your phone. That is the kind of feeling that Apple wants you to have when you are using the Air. Trust me, that feeling is the best thing about this iPhone. And then there is the engineering. You probably don't know this, but every major tech component of this phone, from the CPU to the GPU to the speakers, the electronic components and the parts, they are all positioned at the top of this phone. This part here, that is the biggest or the thickest part of this iPhone. That means the lower part just has the battery and, of course, the screen. Now, what does that mean for you? In one word, weightlessness. So when you hold this phone in your hands, it feels different. It feels lighter. It feels better balanced. And you just never get tired of holding it. Then also, contrary to what most people believed, this phone, even though it's thin, is not fragile. In fact, it is the most durable iPhone that Apple ever made. And this is fact speaking. If you know Jerry Rig Everything, I follow his channel on YouTube, he was shocked as to the durability of the iPhone Air. The new ceramic sheet through for the display is so solid, it didn't scratch up until I think level 8, which is a new record entirely. And to think that even though it is slim, you would think it would easily break or bend. Well, think again, because it took almost 100 kilograms of weight directed towards one point of the phone to bend it, not break the phone, but bend it. And even after that, it was still working perfectly. So really, when it comes to durability concerns, I just don't know what people are talking about. And then the display. I already talked about the fact that ceramic sheet 2 on this iPhone is top level in terms of scratch resistance. But for every other specs of the display, this iPhone Air is basically the same with what you have with the Pro and the Pro Max. There is nothing missing here. So don't even think you will be missing any part when it comes to the display if you chose to go with the iPhone Air. I don't want to go into all of those specs and numbers and stuff. So let's just keep things as simple as possible. Now, the third thing that makes this iPhone probably the best option for you is that despite all the compromises and corners that Apple had to cut just to make it look this thin, Apple did not compromise on the most important part of this iPhone. That is the processor. You probably don't also know this, but the iPhone Air runs on the same A19 Pro chipset, which is the same exact chipset we have in the Pro and the Pro Max. So what that means is top-notch performance irrespective of what you're doing, whether it's basic day-to-day tasks like calling, social media, and all of that, which basically any phone can do, or even heavy gaming. I'm talking of high graphics gaming like Call of Duty Mobile and the rest in ultra quality, ultra frame rates, and just name it. This phone can basically handle anything that you throw at it when it comes to performance. And even though it has just one speaker, which is right here at the top of the display, I would say the speaker sounds really, really good. The quality of the audio is good. Here is how it sounds.
Target down.
The only issue I have is just the positioning, and that is because the speaker, like I said, is positioned at the top. So that means if you are playing music, you can't keep your iPhone Air face down. Now, apart from the speakers, something that everybody also was giving negative review about was the battery life, because the battery capacity here is just a little over 3,000 milliampere hours, which sounds like a red flag when you read it or when you are going through the spec sheet. But like I said, I decided to use it like a normal person would, like you would. On the first day, I used it on regular stuff, which is just basically social media, emails, WhatsApp, just name it, no gaming at all. And I got almost a full day of use, which is like almost 6 hours of screen on time, which is very good. Basically what you get with any other iPhone that you use. On the second day, I mixed it up with a bit of gaming and other stuff, picture taking, photography, and all of that. Yeah, I got a lower screen on time, about 5 hours, but that is because I game relatively long with it, which, let's be honest, for the target audience of this iPhone, they probably will not game for that long. And honestly, unless you live in the desert or where there is no power to charge your phone every time, there's always somewhere you can just top up your phone during the day. So there isn't really much to fuss about. And that takes us to the cameras, because yeah, having a single 48 megapixel camera in a $1,000 phone just feels not good at all. But how good is the camera? Yeah, now videos can go as high as 4K at 24, 25, 30, or 60 frames per second. And stabilization on this iPhone is top notch. In this video, I'm practically walking out of the airport and you can see how super stable the video is. You can also shoot slow motion videos, but only at 1080p quality, not 4K. Now that and the fact that we don't have ProRes RAW on this iPhone are basically the only differences between the cameras of this phone and the flagship models. And trust me, unless you are a professional in iPhone photography, you could actually use your iPhone for years and not even notice this difference or use those features. I mean, ProRes RAW and slow-mo and all of that. So really, they are not deal breakers. The front camera comes with an 18 megapixel sensor, and here are some of the sample selfies I took with it. Just like the Pro, it has the center stage, so you can take group selfies together. So I would say, yes, this camera, it may just be one sensor, but it's still sophisticated enough for you to use. And like I always say, the people whom this phone are targeted towards will find these cameras just about enough for what they need a camera for. So what have I been saying? The iPhone Air is a poor choice amongst the iPhone 17 lineup until when you actually use it, and then it becomes probably the best. And then when you remember that we've been clamoring for innovation from Apple, I think this is the most innovative iPhone since Apple released the iPhone X or the iPhone 10, because the engineering, having every single component at the top of the phone, is just really insane. Everything about this phone is great, except what most people are saying about it, and trust me, most of them have not actually used this phone. If not, just like me, they will be convinced. Now, I really just can't wait to see what iPhone Air 2 has to bring. It definitely will be exciting, just like this one. Until then, this phone was judged wrongly even before most of us met it. Thank you so much for watching. That is all about the iPhone Air. I will catch you in my next video.